everybody, it's me, Laura, and today is our second part on our mythical monster that we started last week. So let's get started. Now since we've let the paint dry a little bit and it's all good, we're going to go ahead and start adding in some clay details, not painted, to this monster. So right here I'm using a stack, and I want to say I probably created the stack on about a 3 or 4 setting, probably a 4 setting, and then all I'm doing is I'm cutting out a piece of it and I'm putting little slices right around the base of where the eyeballs will be. Okay, now that I have my black and white checker kind of going around the base of where those eyeballs are going to be, let's go ahead and I'm going to create the eyeball itself. So I decided I'm going to go ahead and take some white clay, and I'm using my Kemper cutters and just kind of judging, okay, which cutter would be the right size for this right over the ball but not take up the entire thing. So I went ahead and cut some out. I did 2 different sizes. I thought, okay, let's go ahead and just see what it looks like if I try one size or the other. And the larger size was nice, and I thought, maybe we'll go ahead and do that. And so I went ahead and put that on the eyeball piece itself. And you might notice here, again, I'm taking a little bit of that super glue, placing that down so I can put the fresh clay of the white part of the eyeball onto this creature. Now that I have that, I'm going to bring in my bullseye that I created for this. It was a little bit of blue and a little bit of black in the center, and I thought this would be perfect for my eye. Now that I have the placement, I'll put a little bit of super glue on that white part and then put the actual bullseye piece onto the white part, looking in the direction that you really want them to. This was straight on, but if you go ahead and try to recreate this creature, you could change the direction of where these eyeballs are going to look. So have some fun with that. Okay, so from here I'm going to go ahead and finish up the other 2 eyeballs on either side. You're putting in the black and white checker around the stem area and then placing in the eyeball pieces themselves. Okay, so I had been working on a lot of black and white kind of canery lately, and in doing so, I created this black and white Natasha piece a little bit, and I thought this would be great for the underbelly on the actual little monster. So I placed this in, and I thought, let's go ahead and take this particular Natasha piece and conform it to the body of this little monster. It was just a really nice little added detail. I thought this could be really cool once I got it on there. Okay, so now I have some really fun and raised areas on this creature, and so I decided let's go ahead and paint those in black, give them a nice black background, and then this way we can go back in with some other painted details later on. And taking this and doing this sort of thing took a little bit of time to do, but it was well worth it in the end. Okay, here, so I went ahead and painted the toes in like a grayish kind of color. And I decided to do that to the toes, and I do believe the horns and even on the wing bits. So I wanted to give not just a black, background on some pieces, but I thought I'd use a little bit of my gray as well. And of course here I'm also bringing back a little bit more black, and I'm going to go ahead and do the raised areas on the tail bit. Okay, here I have a little triangular, well, not really triangle, more like a little diamond leaf-like cane I had, just kind of left over, and I thought this would be a really nice detail for the feet area. So I went ahead and made some slices, and I'm going to put each, one of these slices each on one of the toes. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm also going to add in another bullseye cane into the body area of this creature. This should really give more detail and a lot more fun to it overall. In placing the bullseye cane pieces around on this body, I have 3 different sizes of this cane. So I'll have a larger bullseye cane, a medium size, and then a tinier one. And I like to have this of the same cane just to have different sizes, gives it a different aspect, a nice look really overall. because this way then you're not just stuck with one particular size. You can go back and forth and randomly put these little bullseyes all over his little body. My painting details pretty much from here on is just random dot pattern. So I'm just making large little dots, tiny dots, whatever I could do in the little blackened areas that I had painted earlier. Okay, so from my stack, I made a little row of these little black and white checkers, and this is my final clay detail on my creature. I wanted to do something that would go right around the little pincher mouth where it connected into his body. Part of this was to kind of have a nice clean look from paint to clay, and also because I thought I just wanted that nice detail, and it really adds to it. Little details like this make the difference when creating these creatures. So here, as you can tell, I'm adding in more painted details, and I'll be doing more dot patterns in the blackened areas on my creature. You might remember from my last video that I had created a hole on the top of the tail, and here's the reason for that. I took some 26 gauge wire, about 5 strands of it, and twisted it up together and then placed it in the back on the tail. Once I glued that in, I can curl it up and give that wire just a little bit more fun and a fantastical look to this monster. Here I am curling up that wire and I'm just giving this monster the best look possible. So here are a few photos of my little monster from the back side to the front. Please use this for study and reference. And if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I'd love to know what you guys are thinking. And as always, I am sending out my biggest hugs to each of you, and I hope you have a fantastic day.